Thanks for tuning into our edit sesh. I'm Effie.
And I'm Dorothy, two passionate photographers from Hamilton, Ontario.
Join us as we dive into answering FAQs, share tips, and discuss life's moments, all while savoring the rich aroma of our favorite brew and working through our edit cues. Whether you're a photographer or a pal,
we're beyond happy you're joining us. I see that you updated your high and low. Was that this morning?
Yeah.
I was like, Effie hasn't written any high or lows. I was like, I wonder if she's okay. The first high, puppies.
Low, no extra puppies.
You're very motivated by puppies. You know, like how some people are like motivated by food or like snacks or treats or buying things.
I'm also motivated by snacks.
Oh, you're motivated by puppies.
Totally.
Cool. So what is exciting about puppies? Like, what is the high of it?
On Saturday, everyone knows already that I went to go take pictures of puppies. But
everybody in the world knows this.
Like, everyone that listens to our podcast.
Yeah. All 5 of you.
I took pictures of the puppies. They were 12 weeks old. There was a litter that was 3 weeks old. And then there was a litter that was like 3 days old. It was crazy. It was like still an incubator.
Can you touch them?
I didn't touch the 3-day-old ones.
Yeah.
No. Our breeder has to rehome all of her dogs now because she got sick, so she can't take care of them anymore.
How sick?
Very sick.
Oh.
Yeah. So their whole business is just shutting down. Since she's 17.
The girl is?
No, she has 17 adult dogs.
I was like, this went from a high to a real low, Effie. No. I don't like this story.
It is really low. It is sad. But she was like trying to get us to take home Juno's mom.
Aw.
I know. And we were contemplating.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't think we're in the right spot to do it yet.
Yeah.
Which is sad. But we like texted my parents. We texted his parents. We're like, you should get this dog. We texted the owners of this house, like the old owners of this house. Because she's always saying how much she loves Juno and they want a little dachshund too.
It's so funny, like when we got Ginny, or our first dog, which was named Pancakes, like we basically tried to talk everybody into getting a Westie because it's like the cat, it's like of a, like, how do I say that? It's like the most cat-like dog you could ever get. Yeah. So like there's really low maintenance.
Yeah.
Which is, if you're like a busy person, you want a companion, it's like perfect, but it's definitely like an old person dog.
Yeah.
The amount of old people that stop and like, oh, what a cute dog. I'm like, yeah. And then my name's Dorothy, and it's just like, well, it's a match made in heaven, I guess.
Yeah. So that's my high and also my low, because we ended up just not taking a dog home, which would have been nice, but we already we have to carry Juno up and down these stairs.
Yeah.
So imagine like just adding another set of going up and down the stairs just by myself every day. And then like just expenses, unknown expenses.
Are you carrying her up and down because you want to save like her hips, or like she physically can't do it?
No, she can do it. We just don't want to have to pay for surgery if her back
gives out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's smart.
Thanks.
You should have her do some back strengthening workouts.
Literally just being alive is back strengthening. She's like always just in a plank position. What are your highs and lows?
My high is the headshot exchange. It's like not that high of a high, but it'll be fun.
Oh, that's like looking forward to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more of like, what am I looking forward to? And then I ordered a dress for Jules's wedding, and it's either going to be really good or really bad. These things never land in the middle for me. Not like, oh yeah, it's okay.
Well, you ordered it online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the chances are it's going to be bad. But no. I was like, it wasn't expensive. And yeah, I was like, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, then I didn't really like try too hard. And I have a lot of stuff to wear it to. So I was like, if it's good, but like not wedding material, like we've got other things to wear it to. But it's like it's funny because as somebody who worked in a bridal store, like I don't want to wear like a very like basic bridesmaid's dress. Like I've done that. And It's great because the color is black, so it opens up a lot of like doors. But I feel like there's a lot of simple dresses out there that you're like, a guest could be wearing that. So it's like you want it to be elevated or like different, but like not a ball gown. You know?
Yeah. So she's giving you guys like freedom on dresses and colors and stuff too?
No, they're all black.
Everyone's black?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Which I was like, dope.
Nice.
I can cut it short and wear it again.
What store did you order it from?
Not gonna say.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'll let you guys know if it works out.
Okay.
I said either it'll look good or it'll look like I'm wearing a towel wrapped around my body with water wings.
Oh, I can already imagine it.
Yeah, it's
like, very Dorothy.
It's basically like a sack with like ruffles and it's off the shoulder.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That
I was like,
good.
It could make me look like I'm just like a giant house, but you know, whatever.
Homey. Cozy.
Lots of room for
welcoming
friends. Yeah. And
nice.
I got good news yesterday. It was so cute. I was talking to my nutritionist and she was like, you could hear the joy in her voice. Like she was so excited for me. Yeah. She was like, let's go over like your lab result. And then like her voice just like kept going up an octave. And I was like, I for sure can tell you're smiling because we just did a regular phone call.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need to look you in the eye.
Yeah.
But like she went over it and she was like, we found all of these things. And once we put this like plan into place, like basically, I don't even know how to explain it the way she did because she's just like so wise about this stuff, but there's this like one, I guess, good gut bacteria that I'm missing, and it's literally like she literally said it's nature's Ozempic. That's what she called it. She's like, you don't have it. So
are you gonna start using Ozempic?
No,
or there's a different one.
She'll email me like a whole list of like probably like supplements and like vitamins or like things that I have to like implement.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know, but apparently I have to get rid of like, I guess some toxins because she said like it'll be hard and like you might not feel good and then like things will turn a corner. So there's still like work to be done, but like there's a plan. And I even told her, I was like, I don't want to get too hopeful because like if it doesn't work, then I think I'll just be so sad because this feels like the last result like before resort yes, yeah. Before doing other like more dramatic things.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we're gonna give it a try. And she was like, no, be excited, your cells can tell when you're hopeful. And I was like, okay.
Honestly, it's so true.
Yeah,
like the placebo effect.
Yeah,
it actually works.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, maybe it's my fault that things haven't been working. I kind of hate when people say that too, because it's like, oh, it's just like stress. Don't be stressed. And I'm like, okay, I won't be stressed about being stressed. Yeah, but like when you own a business and you're running like so many things in your life and then you like have a kid and you're doing all these things, I feel like I'm at a low level stress all the time, but like I don't feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so much going on. It's like, how not? I don't know. Maybe you never seem stressed, but
I'm stressed.
I think one time I saw you stressed, like one time. I was like, this is weird.
I do try to not be stressed.
Yeah.
But it's just minimizing workload and things, you know?
Yeah. It's a really great goal to have.
Yeah. Leads me into my next topic.
Actually, we don't have like a main topic.
We do.
What we do?
I made it.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna have
growing a business.
Oh, you just took like the first question and you moved it up.
Well, no, I did want to make this about like growing and scaling your business because that's like one of the main things that Alex did that like I admire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the heck do you do this? Because I've tried it before and it sucks and it's scary. Yeah. You know?
I wonder if niching down would help. Get out of my
Honestly, house. It is. Like, it is. I'm trying to scale my business in that niche. So, yes.
If there's anybody I think could do it, it's you. And I think there's certain personalities that it works for. I remember somebody asked me, like, have you and Effie ever, like, thought of working together? And I was like, why would we ever do that? And, like, how would that ever make sense? Like, we already have 2 functioning businesses.
Yeah.
And, like, I think where it works is, like, if you have someone who hasn't been able to get their name out there. But then so in Alex's, like, business, it makes sense because it's not just, like, getting a client, right? Like, when you think of realtors, there's, like, a reason why brokerages are, like, a thing, right? And then you work under them because the main person is usually, like, so well in the community and stuff, and people know him. And so then you get to set a higher price because of them. But in photography, I feel like it just doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at somebody, you're like, I want to hire so-and-so. And they're like, okay, like, I'm actually booked. I'm the lead photographer and I'm actually booked. So you could get my assistant. Mm-hmm. People would be like, well, that's not you.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing.
That's where I'm at. And, like, so every year this happens with one of my clients. They book late in the year when a lot of my summer's already booked. And they're like, so we have, like, 30 projects for you. And I'm like, well, I'm booked already, and most of my projects I like to shoot at twilight for landscaping stuff.
Yeah.
So there's only so many twilight days, and I only book 3 per week because I save the other 2 as, like, rain dates just in case.
Yeah.
So what I tried to do last year was hire 2 people to, like, associate shoot for me, and I trained them, but it was just so hard to get my clients on board to use them. So I
wonder, if you have their portfolio and their images side by side, your images, like, you could just be like, this is their image, this is my image, and you can show that there's, like,
I know,
really not a difference.
It's just so hard because I built the business around myself as my brand, so people really do want me.
Yeah,
but
I get it in that sense. I feel like I'm like, well, in that avenue, it's not like you're like, look here, okay, you know, like, you're not building a rapport with, like, the pool outside.
No. Yeah, I know. And it's like, I just have to, like, get it started. And I wonder once people see that it's, like, gonna be the same quality and I've trained them and stuff. But I called Alex last year and I was like, how do I make this work? Do I make it cheaper for them to, like, to bring out the new people?
Yeah.
Or, like, and she's like, no, you don't make it cheaper. You make it exactly the same, because then, like, if there's one
saying
client
that their quality isn't the same, by lowering the price.
Yeah. Or other clients are going to be like, well, how come I'm paying more? Yeah. And, like, these people are paying less, you know? You have to, like, streamline it and make it the same. So it just didn't work last year. So I'm worried about it this year again, because, like, I'm already basically have a wait list. So
yeah, and then it's hard because it's like, if you do it the backdoor way, where you're like, you book the person and then you just send somebody that's not you, it just feels like a little bit dishonest.
Yeah.
I mean, there's pretty much no way they would know, right?
They would know.
Oh,
yeah.
Are they usually there at the shoot?
Sometimes. Some of them just send me. But
I wonder if, like, you go together and you have, like, one person and you're, like, overseeing the work.
Yeah.
And you just say, like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then it's not, like, giving them an option, but you're still there overseeing it so they feel taken care of.
Yeah.
It might be, like, a slow build. And then, like, next year they might be like, you know, we're used to now so-and-so's, like, care, but, like, maybe just, like, in the growth year, it's going to be, like, more work than it actually is.
Yeah. That makes sense. So next year it'll get better. Yeah. Which I tried to do last year and then I gave up because it's just so hard. But anyways, we can ask Alex these things because I feel like she's a pro and she's really mastered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard in photography. Like, I'm just even thinking, like, in other areas, like, I'm like, I have a lash lady, and sometimes it's like, if she's not available, I get the other person. But, like, do I love the other girl? Yes. But then it's like, I want them done. Yeah. So, and she is cheaper usually because she's learning.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I think about, like, say, florists. They usually have an assistant and they go to 2 different weddings, right? But then if you think about, like, maybe an officiant, like, that's such a personal thing. Like, I know Jeff is actually training people to do things the way he does, but then it's like, yeah, but you're not Jeff.
I know.
Like, you don't have the same energy.
Yeah.
You might be similar.
Yeah. You might not be as hot.
I think I just full on blushed.
Yeah, like Jeff has 100% built his brand around him and his hotness, you know? I'm just kidding. His personality.
Yeah. his love of Red Bull. Yeah, so anyways, those are all really good thoughts. I'm excited for you if you figure it out. And
Thanks.
That's like a really cool conversation. And it works really well for you.
Thanks.
It's not something that I really care about. I was thinking about, so I've had a lot of people message me for second shooting, and my only way that I was thinking of scaling essentially my business is like if I had second shooters and I taught them on wedding days, but I was thinking like I would need to have a second shooter and then a third shooter, because
Yeah.
it's very hard to teach people on an actual wedding day, and it's more or less like you would be doing your thing and like maybe we would review your images.
Yeah.
But it's so hard. I find it so hard. Like, I know my friend Claire does a really good job delicately expressing like how you could do better. Whereas like I just don't have that gift. So scaling is not in my forefront right now. I think I would scale my business a completely different way. Maybe to have like either a studio on my property or some sort of like intimate wedding venue.
Cool.
Where I could curate the space from like a photographer's mindset.
Yeah.
The problem with that is like weddings are expensive, and because I'd want it to be like a good, well set up space, it's like it'd be expensive, but at the same time I'm like, I want it to be like not luxury, but just like a good space, you know, like where you go somewhere and you're like, this space could be so much better if they had a backup plan if it rained, because like what do we do now?
Yeah. But how would that look for you, like as the business owner? I would be preferred photographer vendor, obviously. But would you also be like the owner of the venue? I feel like your role would evolve.
And the thing is like I feel like it would be like part owner. Like I would have to partner with people on it.
Yeah. You would just help make decisions but not do any of the running.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, in my mind, which I'm like, this will probably never happen, it's like you're part owner and you would be preferred vendor. So like say if like a florist was a part owner, an officiant was a part owner, a planner was a part owner. I'm like, I don't know how many part owners there could be. There could be like 10. And then you're all preferred vendors.
Yeah.
And like if they hire other people, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then you have somebody who's a manager.
Yeah.
Who's day of coordinator.
Yeah.
And so we don't have to deal with any of that. Like if they're like, oh, they don't have enough plugs, it's like, you don't have to talk to me about that. You just figure out plugs.
That would be such a sick service. Just like a done for you wedding. Like you don't have to search for all these people, and these people all work together all the time. Yeah. And it's like seamless and it works. Yeah. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Do it up. You just need to buy some property.
Maybe
buy a venue.
Maybe in 10 years. And maybe I'll also like double as an officiant, because I think that's my retirement plan.
That's actually so fun.
I was like, I think I'm going to get to the age where I'm going to be like at weddings of like nephews and nieces or like whatever. If one of my friends has a kid, I'm going to go to that wedding and be like, they're going to be like, Aunt Dorothy used to be a wedding photographer. And I'm just going to sit there and like reminisce about the good old days where like just like doing double, triple headers and then going to like hang out with people after and being like, how did I survive? I have no idea. Like those days are already gone. I'm like, if I do a double header, I'm like, goodbye. But I used to do like, I remember I used to do like double headers and then go hiking. Like,
you were insane.
I was an insane person.
Wow.
Okay.
Should we talk about Alex a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Honestly, I don't think I've been more excited for any of the guests.
Not even for me?
You're not a guest.
Oh, okay.
Ever since we started the podcast, I was like, we gotta have Alex on, obviously. I've been like fangirling her since I
Yeah,
found her on
what
Instagram.
Have I told you about fangirling?
Hey, this is the only one that's literally worked out, and I'm allowed to fangirl because she's actually cool.
Wait, you didn't you fangirl me?
Yeah,
we talked about this.
That one worked out too.
Is it?
Yeah. Maybe I'll start a podcast with Alex after this too. Okay,
right, you want to read her intro, and do we have her lined up to be called? I actually don't have her phone number. Are we?
We'll do Zoom. Okay, you want me to read it?
Yeah. You have a really great podcast voice, which is why I ask you. I always sound flummy in these things.
Oh,
so
I think you sound great.
No, you have like the perfect, like soothing, sultry, like.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
All right. Alex Coombs, founder of Northern Spruce Media and a professor for 11 years, embarked on her teaching journey at the young age of 22. Alex started Northern Spruce Media, and now it is a thriving 6-year-old multimedia business. Alex's passion for education continues to evolve. Alongside her academic pursuits, Alex nurtures a love for exploration, loves to travel, and stay in unique places wherever she can. Her ultimate aspiration? To own a cozy coffee shop nestled on a beachfront. As an Aries, Alex embodies the fiery spirit, igniting her endeavors with passion and determination. Aw, that's a pretty good summary of who she is.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, tell me about yourself. And she gave me like 5 lines that weren't like a sentence.
Yeah.
And then I like tried to make it.
She's so into astrology.
Yeah.
Which I have no idea what any of that's about. No. I don't even know what I am.
No.
But she always talks about being an Aries, and now I'm like, I want to be an Aries. Like,
I don't know. You're not very fiery.
I'm not fiery?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. See, I don't even know what Aries are.
I don't either, but okay. I know you're not one.
I just want to be Alex, basically.
I'm an Aquarius, the water person.
Do you like the
January?
Water? Yeah.
I don't like water, actually. Ruben's always like, oh, I'd love to be on a boat in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, that's terrifying. Yeah. I'm not afraid of it, but like there's some things that I'm like, my brain can't like understand the vastness of certain things. Like when you're in the ocean, there's nothing around you forever. Yeah. Or like if you're in a forest forever.
Yeah.
Or if you're in space. I'm just like, I think my brain just like is like, what?
Well, yeah. Okay, let's take a quick break because I think Juno might need to poo.
Oh, great.
She's been eating this blanket.
Yeah, that usually indicates poop.
Test. Yo, just wait.
Calm down. You're being so fiery. Is it recording?
Hey!
You got it.
We got it.
We were just talking about how we aren't stressed, and I've never seen Effie stress, and then, I mean, that wasn't very stressful, but...
Yeah, my heart is pounding.
But what the heck?
You would think that stress would be good for us because it's like a workout. Like, it's annoying that it's not beneficial.
A heart and brain workout.
Yeah.
I'm always stressed.
Honestly, I have a lot of questions about that for you today, so...
Already making my heart pound because you're stressing me out.
Okay, Alex. We have been talking about scaling businesses. I've been talking about how I tried to scale my business last year, and I even asked you for some advice.
Yeah.
And it just, nothing happened with that.
Why do you think it failed, though?
I think I didn't plan early enough in the year to train these people and bring them along. Dorothy was saying, like, you should bring them along and, like, get your clients to start to know them, build, like, rapport with your new people. And then instead of just, like, being like, I can send someone. So I think that's probably why. I also think that maybe I didn't have a lot of faith in the people that I hired. So not that I don't think they're good, but I'm just such a perfectionist. So
I have noticed that about you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely difficult. It's funny because like this morning, so my team or whatever, we get placed on all shoots all around Hamilton or Niagara, whatever, throughout the day. And my one team member is excruciatingly, like, people just love him. Like, people just love him. So everyone wants him.
Yeah.
And if they can't have him, then they usually also want me. And like I pulled out a lot unless like it's super needed. But for example, this morning he's not on a shoot and the agent is like, why isn't he here? We already received the email being like, why isn't he here? And someone else is here.
Right.
And it's like, chill. Like he could be on vacation. He could be sick. It could be like a million things. The job's still going to get done the exact same way. We're still going to edit it the exact same way. Yeah. But it's that people get familiar with a face, they trust a face, and they have that connection with somebody. So until you get there, because like he wasn't always requested before, but like the fact that he has that system down, people love him, he has a great smile, he's really energetic, they now trust that and they want him. And it's a building thing. It takes time.
And they trust you that you would send someone great. So
exactly. Yeah. Like I would never, if somebody is a shitty employee, I will release their talent to the competition, is what I like to say. You know, I'm like, have them. I don't care. Like they're not doing a good job for me, they're probably not going to do a good job for you. Yeah. I know it's not me.
That's true. It's tough. We were going to start with asking you some questions about your background. We did listen to your podcast, so we do know a lot about it, and it's very interesting. I feel like Dorothy resonates with it a little bit. I know you guys have kind of a similar upbringing. Why don't you lead that section?
Well, all I was going to say is, why don't you summarize your upbringing?
Good one.
Yeah, I know it's probably pretty hard to summarize it, but like if you had like a elevator pitch of your life.
Okay, well, I'll start on floor 1 and we'll get to floor 30. So, I mean, like, my life, let's just say this. I was born at Henderson Hospital here in Hamilton, and my mom gave birth to me, and then she went to Mexico, like, a few days later. Wow. You know, I love my mom to death. Like she's everything, but a lot of my childhood was like my parents were more focused on like their wants and needs than like me and my brothers. So, I mean, they're selfish people. My mom is also an Aries. I think my dad is a Libra, and like those two people, they're just connected and just fucking love each other so much. And I think like maybe some points are in my life, like I was a damper to them. But also, like I know I was loved. I was definitely loved by my parents, but I guess you could say addictions were more important than like me doing really good in school and then paying attention to that and like making sure my homework is getting done and shit like that. But I mean, not to say that I had a bad childhood, but like I loved my childhood in a sense because I also was surrounded by like, I have 13 cousins on my mom's side. So, and my mom's side lives here. My dad's side all lives in Newfoundland. So I was always with my family. And if shit was going down at mom and dad were like fist fighting and drinking and there's just like fights, I'd call my papa and he'd come pick me up, or I'd call my aunt, they'd come pick us up. And then I would just spend the weekend with my cousins. And I was like, that's not a bad thing. At least I have somebody. There's people out there who don't have somebody to call. And I think that's the difference between me is like I had people to call and some people who don't just really go south.
Mm-hmm. How old were your parents when they had you, do you think?
I think my mom was 27 or 26. Yeah. And my brother is a year younger than me. So
as someone who has a child now and I'm trying to do that balancing of like not losing myself, having a business, but also like making sure that she's like the most cared for, it's like a super delicate balance. And it's like, I don't understand how, your parents obviously like, you know, they ebbed and flowed here and there, like making sure you're cared for. But I mean, honestly, it just sounds like they weren't ready maybe at the time that they had you. And then given like how it came to be, like you told this story about like your parents meeting at Hamilton Strip, your dad owned it. And then your dad was with somebody at that time, right? And so did he also, he obviously had like making sure that he had relations with like his other kids. I'm assuming there's only like one other kid from one other.
Yeah. So so my dad met my mom at Hamilton Strip, the one on Barton Street. Yeah. And then he owned the building of the one at across the street from Gore Park, which was adult entertainment. When my dad met my mom, he was like just totally in awe over her, and I get it. But my dad was with my mom's best friend, and my dad had a daughter. Her name was Leah. Like, she's awesome. I think she's 3 years older than me. And my mom hated that my dad had another kid. Hated it. Like, they just like clashed. My mom never talked to her. Her name is Betsy again. And yeah, my mom and my sister always clashed, but my mom had to like put her jealousy ways aside because she's so jealous. And I'm also extremely jealous. I don't know, it's an Aries trait, but yeah, my dad, he did a shitty job raising my sister. I'll just say that. Yeah. And like, she always lived in Newfoundland too. So she'd come down for summer. Every time she came down, like, shit was going down. Like, whether my dad got arrested or fucking who knows. But like, it was just never a good environment for her to come down. So eventually she stopped coming because it's scary.
Yeah. Are you guys connected like now? Like, do you chit chat about like, you know, your upbringing? Like, so my sister actually lives with us, and it's something like, now that we're older, like, we're diving in a little bit deeper and connecting because just what happened between us is actually so different. Like, I stayed at the same foster home and she was moved, and she actually has like some stuff that she's working through, whereas like I didn't have those same things. So it sounds like maybe Leah, because she was in Newfoundland and didn't witness a lot of stuff, like, does she feel like that was easier, or?
Leah definitely got taken care of by her mother, for sure. Like, I think her side and her being over there was good for her, for sure. Because I feel like if she was down here, she'd be probably neglected even more. Mm-hmm. And I don't think my mom would make it a good environment for her, just due to jealousy and shit. But I think ultimately, like, me and Leah still talk. We had a huge conversation last night, and she just like vented to me about a lot of things and about her personal life, which is really nice because we don't talk all the time. Like, I would say we're shitty sisters because we don't put in the effort, because she has 2 kids. She's busy. The time zone's different. I'm always busy down here doing a million things, and I don't put in the effort to do it. Every now and then I'll check in, and same with her. But last night we admitted we're shitty sisters, but it's always good to reconnect. But one thing she always says, to answer your question, is she's always like, I don't know how you turned out so good with all the shit that you went through. I don't know how you turned out like with a good head on your shoulders. And I'm like, I don't know either, but obviously I'm extremely grateful for like my mindset. Yeah. I just never, I think as a kid, I just didn't want to fail. And like, I still don't to this day. Like, it is the biggest thing for me. Like, yeah, failing in any aspect sucks.
I think that's like the biggest thing that I connected with, like, listening to your story, is I was like, we had like a lot of like maybe like unpositive role models, like negative role models. And we were like, this is how things could be if we just follow the same trajectory. And then we had like an actual like door or an opening. And like, we took that. Like, your opening was so small. It was basically like your grandparents being around, right? And it's just like interesting how just having that tiny little escape, like, you were able to like grow so much from that. Even on your podcast, you talked about like your drive at such a young age, like being in all these committees, wanting to be on sports. Now your Northern Spruce Media has been around for 6 years and probably still growing, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's really cool. So I think Effie is just like sitting on the edge of her seat to ask you more questions.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to get into like how you went into like the teaching route.
Wow, that just happened naturally. I don't even know how. I think like wherever I go, like, I create really good relationships with people, especially people that like I look up to. Mm-hmm. So when I was at Mohawk, I was in school for broadcasting, but like, I mean, I really like connected to like the animation class, the editing class and stuff like that. And those teachers that I connected with, like, I did my best efforts in those classes, and I would stay late and I would do this, I would do that. And then when I graduated, I was still going back to Mohawk to just like check in and be like, hi guys, whatever, like, how's it going, teachers? Like, I miss you, all this kind of stuff. And I would always just like put my face into places. So after Mohawk, I went to school for 3D animation and design because I was like really into that, and I was very passionate, and I wanted to like work for Pixar. Like that was my big thing. I wanted to be a Pixar animator.
So did I.
So then I went to school for the animation and design. It was the hardest thing I ever did. Like still to this day, I think that course is harder than running this business. It was a 1-year course, and I didn't sleep. Like I didn't sleep. I barely ate. I slept in the school. I would like work all day on my laptop, all night in the classroom, fall asleep on my laptop, wake up with the teacher walking into the classroom almost every day. And I looked like shit. I felt like shit, but like I graduated. And the time I graduated, and the universe works in magical ways, Mohawk then started offering an animation course within the broadcasting thing. And the teacher that I was teaching was like, I can't teach this. I know you're amazing. Do you want to teach this? And I was like, sure.
You taught animation?
Yes. So I started, my first class I ever taught was 3D animation.
Wow. That's so sick.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I could teach it now because I'm so out of it. I haven't touched it in like 10 years, but yeah.
I took one animation course. I don't think it was that one.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Could
very
you imagine
simple.
Alex was your teacher?
No, I didn't go there. It's a
Never know.
You never.
Oh gosh. I couldn't even imagine what that would look
I just
like.
have a big crush on her, probably.
You're like, I can't focus, and I've gotten all D's because like this professor, I'm just like in love with her.
Probably happened to a lot of your students.
Well, you know what? There is a lot of times when they're very expressive about that, and I would just stand there awkward, be like, okay.
Because, like, who is like a cute girl, young professor? Are there many? Probably
so.
not.
Probably not.
You think there
I
are?
think there are a few.
You just think universities are full of hot young professors?
Yeah.
Now I'm stressed and my heart's racing due to that comment.
Okay, I'm going to get into asking you some questions about business. When was it in your business that you realized that you needed to grow and like hire employees?
So here's the thing. I have a hard time saying no to people. I'll be honest, if I was by myself doing what I'm doing right now, I would make more money
Okay.
being solo.
That was one of my next questions.
Yeah, so I would make more money. I mean, I would still be extremely overworked. I would have less time. And I think that's why I started hiring people, because all those things just started piling up and I didn't have any more time. I was like at one point just sleeping in my office, waking up and doing it all over again. Like I literally would sleep. I had this small 200 square foot office space on Jane Street, and I brought in a yoga mat and I would sleep on it.
Wow.
Because I was like, if I go home and I sleep in my bed, then it's going to take away time for me to get work done.
Yeah.
And I know I had to have fast turnaround times. I wanted to be the best, and I wanted to I guess just be the best.
Yeah.
So the moment my plate got full, and this is my theory for everything, the moment your plate gets full, see how much you can scrape over on another plate to give yourself some time. And then once that plate is full, then you have to open up another plate, scrape over. That's how I know when I'm ready to hire somebody else, when I'm ready to grow. Is the plate full theory. I created it. I don't even know if it makes sense to people, but I'm like, if my plate's full, their plate's full, let's add another plate and put it on kind of situation.
How many plates were you bringing in at a time?
Well, here's the thing I first started with just hiring freelancers, and I would just give them so much work. And they hustled as hard as I did because they believed in like the company and the goals that I had. And it got to the point where it's like with freelancers, I just don't know what my costs are at the end of the day. And with full-timers, if I'm like, okay, I'm going to pay you X amount a year, at least I know that. And I would add up these freelancers like costs, and I was like, holy cow, like this is getting expensive. So then I hired a full-timer.
Right.
And then I hired another full-timer. And now I have, I think, 12.
Yeah.
12 full-time employees.
I looked at your website.
Yeah.
You have like quite a presence on like Instagram, and you're doing these Friday features. I was going to say, like, how much time do you actually allot for that? Because like these little things help grow the business in like a very different, like organic and unique way. So like, do you have set amount time? Do you have stuff like that you're like constantly working on, or is it more like organic, like when it comes up you'll do it?
For me, like, for example, like the Friday features, we did a couple last year and they did really well. And here's the thing is I want to make my clients feel like they're super special and they're super valued and they pour into my business. So I want to pour into them. So for me, like something like a Friday feature, it doesn't cost them any money. It's me taking my personal time and taking time away from like the business to help their business. Yeah. And when they see the results and they see like the collab post where it's like, so for example, the Cowabunga one, the girl that was in it, she's a real estate agent, but we just want to do something different. Yeah. And so we're going to actually move forward with do something once a month, like with a different kind of business. And we're going to collab on that together. But yeah, they see the outcome where it's like sometimes 10,000 views, 6,000 views, whatever. But they see that I'm taking the time, I'm meeting them at a property that's special to them, and we're blasting it out our email. So our client list, everybody in the client list gets to see it. Everybody's clicking on the video.
So sorry, I have one more question. On the podcast with Tobias, which Tobias has a great podcast voice. He was talking or maybe you were both talking about client experience and like making sure your clients have a great experience. And I was wondering, yeah, like if you can tell us more about that.
Okay, well, here's the thing. And I think everybody needs to think about this. I went to a conference last year. I got invited to this amazing conference and it was hosted by the Ritz-Carlton. The Ritz-Carlton is the above all hotels in the whole world. Ritz-Carlton. It's the white glove service. You pay for that white glove service, but you receive the best client care from the moment you book it, arrive, stay there, and leave. They trigger 5 senses. They trigger everything to make you want to go back and realize this is the best hotel. Yeah, it cost me an arm and a leg, but this is why it's costing an arm and a leg. So when I went to that, I was like, holy shit. Like, yes, it's a hotel industry and I'm just a media industry, but I'm going to take and implement all those things and listen to them and put it into my business for my clients. And before I even went to it, I was like, client care is our biggest thing. Why? Because there are so many companies doing what I'm doing now, but the only thing that really separates us is our client care service. People come to us from other companies being like, this happened to me. And I'm like, for me, I'm like, how did that happen to you? How could that company let that happen to you? It's because they don't fucking care about their clients like we do. Like, I will do anything for my clients. If they call me tonight at 10 p.m. is like, can you do this for me? It's super desperate. And like, it would mean the world to me. I would do it. You know, yes, I have my boundaries for my clients and like they respect our boundaries. Like I respect theirs, but they know I would bend over backwards. And so would every single person on my team. Mm-hmm. They would do anything for them. And that's like instilled. And like we say it almost every other Monday at our team meetings, client care, client care, client care. Mm-hmm. We do have the best videos in the city, hands down. We do. And we do have the best photography, hands down. But a lot of people can start recreating that, but they cannot create our client care. So start to finish, the moment they call, go online and book anything, that experience is stellar. We go to the shoot, we're super professional, we get the job done, stellar. We edit it within 48, 24 hours, stellar. If they need a change, we're on it, stellar. They receive the product, stellar.
Yeah. Alex did our video for our Airbnb and it is stellar.
Yeah, that is actually pretty good.
Yeah. I do really admire you and your team and how much you guys care about your clients, but you guys also have a really good like employee like work, I don't know what the word is, but you guys like, you all love each other, you all love coming to work. How are you hiring such great employees?
That is my question.
Yeah.
This is very important as well for anybody. I was making the constant mistake over and over and over again for hiring for talent.
Right.
I was like, man, these people can shoot like crazy. I'm going to hire them and I'm going to pay them really well. But the one thing you can't train, what is it?
Personality.
Personality and attitude.
Attitude.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? The people that come and they're like good shooters, it's like, oh, I can just tell right now they're probably assholes.
Yeah, they have an ego. It's hard, and like I respect when people are really good at what they do, but if they're trying to, let's say they're trying to butt heads with my lead videographer or photographer, and they're like, this is happening, I will sit them down and be like, listen, you gotta change your attitude. If you don't change your attitude, what am I gonna do? Release them to the competition. It's the simplest thing. I will sit down and like I will know right away if they have a good attitude. I made the mistake. I fired a lot of people because of their attitude. Now I only hire for attitude because I can train them like us. I can't train their attitude.
I have a scaling business idea for Alex. You should hire all those other people that you released to the competition back, and you should start a reality TV show where they just bicker the entire time.
Oh, fuck. That would be insane. Everyone would be so mad.
Oh my gosh. Okay, another question about having employees. How has your role changed? Are you still doing what you love? Are you still shooting and editing, or are you playing more of a management position?
Good question.
Thank you.
Good question.
It is a good question. I'm not the type of person to sit behind a computer and type things. I hate it. I did do it the other day because I'm trying to like make up so many presentations and do quotes and like pitch decks and all that kind of stuff. It drives me nuts. The amount of time I get up, walk around, and I go on my phone or I twiddle my thumbs, it takes me a long time to get that shit done. So what I do now is I just write words that I like. The way I talk is how I write. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, here, Sarah, can you please put this in better words? Because my vocabulary is shit and I don't know what I'm saying. And then she'll make the pitch deck. A lot of the time I am sitting back, but what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to work in the business. I'm trying to work on the business. Right. So this year, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going out, doing a lot of those presentations, doing a lot of client care, like one-on-one meetups with people, but I'm also just going to be educating. I'm going to go back to my roots and start educating more because I think it really needs to happen because people are not understanding or they're devaluing what we do, whether it's social media content, whether it's management, whether it's them hiring their own photographer, what the fuck they're doing wrong. Because it's a lot. And I see it. I see shitty work all the time. So I'm going to start educating people, do presentations and stuff like that. But in terms of shooting, I'm shooting 2 houses today.
You are. What happened to your shooters?
They're shooting. We're just like overloaded today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be shooting 2 houses. I'll probably come in tomorrow and just like fill in a little bit and just like help out because I know since we're so overloaded, our weekend people, to get everything done over the weekend is probably going to be a lot. So I'll just step in and help out a little bit.
That's amazing. I love that you still get to do the stuff that you initially started your business doing and what you love to do. Yeah, exactly. Okay, last one, even though I have lots more, but it's already almost time. What would be a tip if someone wanted to scale their business right now?
Sit down, number one, and see if you actually want to scale your business. Because yes, it will give you more time. See what you value more: time, money, family. What is the most important thing to you at that moment? And how can you make changes in your career to make that better for you? If you value money, then just plug away until you're ready to like settle down and take time for yourself. I mean, if I didn't value my time, I would still just be plugging hard. Not that I don't, but like I said, if I wanted more money, I would just like do more things on the side or whatever. But I'm just chilling now. I'm just trying to relax a little bit. But the other main thing, I have mentors. And my mentors aren't people in the media industry. They're just super successful people. So I have like 3 different mentors. I have a business coach. Her name is Val. She's a rock star. So she helps me like reach my goals and guide me through certain things that I'm struggling with, whether it's team stuff, so on and so forth. But she also coaches my admin staff because if I'm away, which is very rare, then they have full support. They know what's going on and like they have that guidance as well. 2, I have another mentor. I meet up with him once a year And he sits me down and is like, okay, what are your goals this year and how are you going to reach them? And then he gives me ideas and then my brain gets pumping and it's like crazy. I feel like I'm fucking high and I'm just going nuts. And then my other mentor is somebody like Tobias, where I will just sit him down and he'll blast me with questions and he'll just try to help guide me through certain situations. So finding a mentor is everything. Yeah. If I didn't have guidance or surround myself with people that are successful, who have been through the ringer, I don't even know how I would do what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I do surround myself with people, like-minded people. I don't really hang out with people that aren't like-minded. It's very difficult for me. It really is.
Yeah. Those are awesome tips. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
I also have another question.
Oh, go for it.
Alex, do you remember how we met?
Yeah, you asked me if I was a pedophile or something like that.
What? Why would you ask
I
that?
was thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Is that like just like an icebreaker?
It wasn't on purpose. Like, I honestly didn't think. I had just gotten these glasses. I went to the mall and I was trying on glasses and I sent pictures to my friends and I was like, should I get these? And their first response was like, they're kind of pedo. And I was like, whatever. I bought them. So I leave the mall and I go to this event at Millworks. And like Alex is wearing the exact same glasses as me. And I went up and I was like, I wonder if she's gotten that response. But like there was no like background information. I just literally walked up and was like, have you ever been asked if you look like a pedo? And then I was like, wow, I need to backtrack here. But then like later Alex was like, I thought you were hitting on me. And I was like,
yeah,
wow.
I did. Because I mean, we were dressed alike. So I was like, this girl's a lesbian for sure. I thought she was so gay. I creeped her profile for so long. And I was like, I don't know. And then I saw that you're pregnant. I was like, okay, she's not gay.
Married for 10 years, 11 years, pregnant. Yeah. I just have that style. That's just my style.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah. I mean, if you dress like me, it must be cool.
Yeah.
Rapid questions?
Go. This is nice. I like that.
Okay. What other epic shit are you up to?
Oh my God. I'm thinking a lot about franchising.
Whoa. Cool.
I guess that's pretty epic, yeah.
That's pretty epic. What epic shit are you up to that doesn't have anything to do with work and like more fun things?
Ooh, epic shit. I guess like I just working out like a beast right now.
Oh yeah, you're getting up at 5?
I'm trying to get shredded, so.
Oh my goodness.
I'm also trying to get shredded.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. It's working.
We'll get there, guys.
If you ever want to start rock climbing, you should come with me. You get shredded real good. Okay, next rapid fire question. Do you have it?
Place you traveled?
Florida.
Not okay.
For work.
Last epic place you traveled, because Florida doesn't count.
But last epic place, I would say Arizona. It was for work, but like I did take 3 days to go to Sedona and like really, I just want to go back there so bad. If the US dollar wasn't such trash, I would go back there for a fucking weekend. It was so good.
Yeah, I love Arizona. So pretty.
It changed my life.
Yeah. The hiking is insane. I love it. All right, last one.
Favorite snack?
I love donuts. Donuts are like,
Okay.
Donut monster.
No. This will tell if Alex is Hamilton through and through.
It's Donut monster.
No.
I already know the question and the answer.
Everybody knows the answer is Granddad's.
No.
Everybody.
It's Donut monster.
No. Alex?
I don't like Granddad's.
Oh, what?
I don't like when you bite the donut, everything just fucking falls off of it. Like, it doesn't stick. I'm like, what's the point? Like, I just took a bite of my chocolate dip donut. Now it's a plain donut because all the frosting is on the ground. It's true. Like, if it would stick, I'd probably like it. But they're also really dense, which I'm not that into. Whereas Donut Monster, I love the cinnamon and sugar donut. That's my favorite.
Me too. For your headshot exchange, you should get like 4 from Granddad's, 4 from Donut Monster.
Well, that's way too much work. I don't have that much time.
Okay, I'll do one, you do the other, and then
we're
we'll
driving
people
together.
Okay, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be at Millworks tomorrow.
If you want to come, yeah, you're gonna be there, eh? Stop by.
I probably will be here tomorrow. Yeah.
We're just doing headshot exchange. Come get your picture taken.
Oh, cute.
Yeah,
Maybe.
do it.
My last question was literally like, what do you value in friendship?
Aw,
So random.
honestly, this might sound super strange, but like, I feel like a good friendship involves a lot of space. And I mean, a lot of my best friends, we don't talk every day, you know? But when I do talk to them, there's the heart and there's the meaning to it. And then we can just totally pour everything into each other. But we value that, hey, I'm busy and you're busy. But if you need me, I'm here. And if I need you, you're there.
Yeah, that's great.
This was a really, really lovely chat. I love talking to you, Alex.
Thanks, guys. This is my favorite stuff to talk about.
Us too. We talk about business way too much, but that's the only way to like improve yourself is just by talking about it and asking questions.
And feedback. Feedback's always great.
Yeah. Well, have a great rest of your day.
Bye. Do I exit this or do you exit this?
Either one. We can exit at the same time.
Okay. 3,
2, 1. Okay. Should we talk about what we're looking forward to? I guess we already kind of covered that. Obviously, the headshot exchange. But also, are you going to watch the eclipse on Monday?
I watched a video about a girl who burned a hole in her eye, and I'm kind of like iffy on the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like,
I have the right glasses.
Yeah, but I also am like, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird because I'm just like, I don't really care.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, cool.
I'm like, it's the second thing. It's
circle
gonna,
that's
happens like
dark.
every, I don't know, 70 years or something.
There
like,
was definitely an eclipse when we were little. I remember.
Yeah, but it wasn't a total eclipse.
Okay, well,
yeah. It's gonna be so cool. I'm so excited. If you change your mind or you just want to like come hang out with me and like you don't have to look at it, but just hang out with me and just watch me watch it.
Okay. I'll just like live through you because I'm like I'm like I have no excitement and I don't care, but you'll just be like giddy.
I'll just describe it
I'll
to
get
you as
like
it's happening.
Secondhand giddiness.
You can actually, I saw a video yesterday. There's the actual total eclipse happens for like less than 5 minutes, and during that time you can look at it without your glasses.
I'm not chancing nothing for nobody. I'm not getting a burned eye.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty scary.
So yeah,
do it.
What's for lunch?
I got leftovers.
Oh, I'm gonna eat French fries.
French fries
at Rosales. I always say it wrong. Rosales.
Yeah. What's that?
It's a place on Dundurn.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
It's fun. Great.
Have fun. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us today, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Where can we find you, Effie?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at Effie Edits Photo.
And you can find me at DorothyMay_.
And also follow our podcast Instagram.
Yeah, because we're super hilarious.
You can see our viral videos.
30 likes.
Edit Sesh Pod. Follow us.